So I took it outside, hit it with a pressure washer and some soap, cleaned up a little bit. Forks and everything were pretty dirty, had some oil on them. Seals probably need to be replaced. The back here, it was all caked up in chain grease and oil. Engine definitely has some oil leaks. This all in here cleaned up pretty nice, but you know, old painted aluminum is never going to clean up perfect. And while I was cleaning, I didn't really notice this before, but new definition of straight pipe. So the cylinders 1 and 2 bank come straight, and they cut holes on either side and then welded the 3 and 4 bank into it and then straight through. That's pretty amazing. So what I'm going to tackle first is pulling these covers off. They're all just tack welded. So I'm going to buzz all those tack welds off. Probably going to have to take the rear sets off to do that. And then that's going to reveal the brace that the previous builder put in here. And I'm going to check that all over. And really, what I think I want for look at least is this to be all open, or even to chop all this out and just have, you know, a seat rail come off. So check back once I get these panels off. Got them off. Came off pretty easy. There's just tack welds after all. Now we got a decent look. Looks like it's like 3/4 or 1 inch, probably 3/4. Square tube in a cross formation, and this upper mount is welded right to that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out all the what's left of the wiring harness, all these components, get this pan out, and then hopefully, looks like that's just tack welded to the cross bracing. So hopefully that comes off easy, and then and then that'll you know, that'll really show the quality of that piece. Yeah, and this guy was hanging out there and pulled that panel off. So I've already found something a little sketchy. The right there, that's just a little tiny thin bolt that's acting as part of the pivot point for the monoshock, and it does not seem correct. So I know I've already got that to fix up. So hopefully this isn't terrible, or if it's that bad, hopefully I can think of something that's not gonna completely kill this build. Well, this one was a beast. No, wasn't too bad. But you can see what I had to do to get it out. It was basically built in place. Stick built. So it looks a little sketchy. It does look like 3/4 or close to that. Square tube. Got some L angle here, tying all of it together. The welds aren't the greatest. I mean, if you weren't looking for ultra reliable, I mean, who knows, it might be perfectly reliable, but I think I'm gonna touch some of that up. This is, you know, my intent is to ride this bike on the street, so I don't want it to be sketchy. Also, it looks like it is slightly off. You know, eyeballing the chain, it looks decent. It looks like it's pretty well aligned. It might need a little adjustment, a little shim here and there, but it's so close, it may not be an issue. But the monoshock looks like it's off a little bit, and that may have something to do with that sketchy bolt right here, and the fact that it looks like this can slide left and right. that easy, so I'll have to dig into that a little bit more. But I think now I've got a better idea of where I'm going to take this. So I'm going to brainstorm some ideas of, you know, how I want to bring the seat rail up, if I want to incorporate this somehow, or if I want to maintain the triangle. I don't know yet. After seeing this, it's going to change some things. But that's the fun of it. It's the fun of the build. Alright, so this is my initial mock-up of the tail section here. So given the location of the monoshock and its current height, and I haven't verified if that height is correct yet, but I can run a bar from here up to where the seat loop will be, and have this nice triangle, you know, this nice sport bike type triangle right here versus this large, you know, old school bike triangle. And plus I can ditch all of this ugly L angle and square tubing stuff that I just can't make look nice. And then for the seat hoop, I'm actually gonna start it a little bit higher because the distance between the seat and the controls felt a little cramped. And then that will come back through here, and there's actually a small kink in the seat that goes up, so I might have to get a bar that does that. Hopefully I can buy one versus trying to fab one. It'll be a hell of a lot easier. And then I'll join those two tubes up here, wrap it around, just mirror on the other side, and then what this bar will give me is a nice point to do a perpendicular bar to support the monoshock on, and then I can reinforce that to the frame up here if needed. If not, just that straight, you know, I really think that straight bar right across there would be plenty of strength if that is the correct location for it. So, you know, this angle may change a little bit, but any angle there I think helps improve the look. Once the rear sets get on, it'll kind of have that modern sport bike look, and it'll still retain that simplicity of a cafe racer that I'm trying to go for. So I'm going to try to mock up this seat, or I'll try to mount this seat in this position with something a little bit more substantial than this. I want to actually sit on it with the rear sets on to get a feel for it, to see what it actually feels like sitting on it, to see if that height is actually what I want.